Act 1, The Columbus Day Reveal. Setting, Columbus, Ohio, October 2029. The city streets are abuzz with the Columbus Day celebration, banners and lights decorating downtown. Among the traditional fanfare, the newly installed smart walls around the city flicker and come to life in unison. The transition catches the attention of the crowd. Scene 1, the reveal of Jobs Coder Works. A sleek, high-definition video plays on every smart wall, featuring Karen Jobs, the charismatic CEO of Jobs Coder Works. She stands confidently against a minimalist backdrop of animated graphics representing her innovations.
Columbus, Ohio, welcome to the future of connectivity. I'm Karen Jobs, CEO of Jobs Coder Works, here to introduce Smart Walls, the revolutionary new way to stay connected to your world, no matter where you are.
She explains how smart walls seamlessly integrate both hardware and software in one complete package. Her tone is cool and assured, her message one of empowerment through technology.
Imagine this. Any wall, anywhere in the city, is now a personal gateway to your digital world. No downloads, no installs, just step up, and the smart wall becomes your smartphone. Log in instantly, interact with your social apps, create content, and share it effortlessly.
Cut to people in the crowd trying it out, reaching out and touching the wall. Instantly, they see their Humdrum or Spatter accounts appear on the screen, customized and ready for interaction. Some glance at each other in awe, tapping through familiar icons and exploring the screens. Scene 2, Karen's vision unfolds. The video cuts to Karen giving a live demonstration of SmartWall's unique operating system, showcasing its closed-circuit AI-powered technology, which operates independently of any government or outside access. She emphasizes the system's high security, impervious to hackers, impenetrable to government surveillance, and resistant to criminal tampering.
Jobs Coder Works has ensured that every smart wall is an unbreakable fortress. Our encrypted proximity sensors know when you're nearby, making sure it's your information that's displayed and no one else's. Smart walls operate entirely within a secure, closed AI circuit, invisible to third parties.
The video zooms in on a smart wall's sensors, highlighting how it reads the encrypted data from a passerby's device without needing downloads or updates. Karen's voiceover explains how the sensors automatically log users into their digital accounts, seamlessly connecting them to the city's ecosystem of content. Scene 3, introducing the content creation system. Karen pivots to the interactive nature of the system, introducing a feature that allows people to present their own videos based on the Jobs Coder Works digital currency, a unique validation system. With this feature, users can pay to have their videos and other content distributed throughout the network of smart walls across Columbus, and potentially beyond.
Want to share a message, a brand, or a story? With the Jobs Coder Works digital currency, you can reach audiences across the city or even the entire network of smart walls. Simply validate your content using our system, and your video will appear, creating a personal and immersive experience for everyone in Columbus.
The video demonstrates this currency in action. A young woman uses her phone to validate a short humdrum video. She watches in amazement as the video instantly appears on smart walls around her. Other people on the street look up, noticing her video, creating a viral moment in real time.
Imagine this. Any wall, anywhere in the city, is now a personal gateway to your digital world. No download, no installs. Just step up, and the smart wall becomes your smartphone. Log in instantly, interact with your social apps, create content, and share it effortlessly.
The crowd murmurs with excitement. Some are already trying out the feature, fascinated by the immediacy and reach of the system. Scene 4, social media explodes. Back on Humdrum and Spatter, Karen Jobs' video is being shared and discussed at lightning speed. Users are debating the implications of smart walls, marveling at the closed-circuit AI and the lack of government access, and sharing their enthusiasm about the currency-based content system. Hashtags like #FutureOfSocial and #KarenJobs start trending. A few skeptical voices emerge, expressing concerns over privacy and the monopoly Jobs Coder Works seems to be establishing in public communication infrastructure. Some users question what it means for every wall to be part of a closed system, speculating about the potential dangers of a self-contained network. One influential Spatter user writes, "What's next? Will these smart walls start thinking for themselves?" Scene 5, the system in action. Throughout the day, people continue to interact with the smart walls, becoming more accustomed to their seamless integration. As Karen's video continues to play on screens around the city, introducing the new technology with unflagging confidence, Columbus embraces this new form of connectivity. But beneath the excitement, there's a subtle sense of something uncanny. The public may not yet know it, but they're becoming the early adopters and perhaps the first pawns in a game that Karen Jobs and her unseen network have only just begun. End of Act 1. This reveal scene marks the initial public introduction of Jobs' CoderWorks and its smart walls technology. As Act 2 progresses, the city's inhabitants will come to rely on this technology more, deepening the reach and influence of the robust system that's quietly taking shape beneath it all. Act 2, Scene 1, Election Day, 2029. Setting, Columbus, Ohio. The city hums with activity, but it's an unusual election day. Instead of the usual rallying or voting day drama, there's an unexpected figure popping up on smart walls across the city, a poised, slick woman with a faintly mischievous glint in her eyes. The name on the screen reads Mary Sue Laidlaw. Crowds begin to gather, drawn by the novelty of this surprise candidate who has, until now, been a total unknown. Her slogan, "For the party you'll never forget," flickers beneath her confident, smiling face. Scene 1, Laidlaw's speech on the smart walls.
Good afternoon, Columbus. I'm Mary Sue Laidlaw, your friendly neighborhood lawyer, and I've got a wild idea. How about a fresh candidate for governor in 2030?
There's an amused murmur in the crowd. A few passers-by raise their eyebrows, intrigued by her breezy confidence.
Now, let's get one thing clear. I'm not here to make you promises I don't intend to keep. I'm not going to tell you Ohio's problems can be fixed with a wink and a slogan. Nope. That's why I'm here with something even better.
She pauses, letting her words hang in the air. A few people in the crowd chuckle, while others seem hooked, trying to figure out where she's going with this.
Folks, today I bring you the Uniparty, yes, a new kind of political force. We're taking the most gloriously predictable parts of the Democratic and Republican parties and blending them into a single unsinkable super party. Think of it as the Titanic of politics.
Laughter breaks out. Laidlaw smiles, that subtle glint in her eye becoming more pronounced.
That's right. We've combined the safe fiscal policies you're already tired of, with the progressive ideals that feel just vague enough to get you through a coffee shop debate. It's the Uniparty, bringing together everything you never asked for, and everything you can't escape.
Scene 2, the crowd's reaction. People are laughing now, some shaking their heads in disbelief. Laidlaw's speech has a playful irony to it, like she's in on a joke that no one else fully grasps. A few individuals pull out their phones to record the broadcast, snapping pictures and posting clips of this strange, satirical candidate on Humdrum and Spatter. Reactions pour in within minutes. Humdrum user, Mary Sue Laidlaw is either a genius or the best prank this city's ever seen. Hashtag Uniparty 2029 Hashtag Titanic Politics. Spatter comment, a politician who admits the whole system's a joke? I might actually vote for this. Others, however, seem genuinely uncertain. Her presence, her humor, her polished delivery all feel just outside the norm, somehow unsettling. Scene 3, Laidlaw's campaign promises. Laidlaw continues, her smile widening as she taps into the crowd's amusement.
Let's talk specifics. Now, I could talk to you about fiscal policy, but let's be real, do you really want to sit through all that? I mean, we could talk about the need to reinvest in our infrastructure, but haven't you heard that speech already?
She winks, as if inviting the crowd to laugh along with her.
So here's my actual promise to you. I'll give you exactly what you expect, but with a twist. A twist you'll never forget. I'll bring just enough change to keep you interested, and just enough of the same to keep you comfortable.
Her words seem to oscillate between earnestness and sarcasm, her tone almost daring people to figure out if she's joking. In a way, her campaign is less about promises and more about pulling the rug out from under the whole concept of political rhetoric. Scene 4, social media buzz. As the broadcast ends, the city erupts in conversation. Laidlaw's video instantly trends across social media, sparking both praise and ridicule. Spatter user, is Mary Sue Laidlaw for real? Uniparty. Only in Ohio. Humdrum video creator, Ohio's new governor candidate just promised a Titanic party. Can't tell if she's trolling or campaigning, but I'm here for it. Comment, she called her own party the Titanic and no one's talking about it? LOL. Scene 5, word on the street. Over the next few days, Mary Sue Laidlaw becomes the talk of the town. People analyze her every word, trying to figure out if she's the real deal or just some elaborate joke. The Uniparty itself becomes a conversation piece, with people asking each other, "Are you voting for the Titanic?" Laidlaw's charisma and almost too perfect delivery keep people guessing. She continues to appear on smart walls all over Ohio, giving speeches that walk a tightrope between sincerity and satire, each one tailored to poke fun at the absurdity of the modern political landscape. Scene 6, Closing Out Act 2, Scene 1. As more Ohioans are drawn to the mystery surrounding Mary Sue Laidlaw, one thing becomes clear: whether she's serious or not, she's captured the state's attention. Each speech feels like a private joke shared with every viewer, an invitation to laugh at the predictability of politics. But as Election Day draws closer, a growing number of people are left with a nagging question: is this really a joke, or is Mary Sue Laidlaw actually just what Ohio needs? End of Act 2, Scene 1. Act 2, Scene 2, The Rise of the Uniparty and the Lawyers' Divide. Setting: across Ohio, women's faces populate smart walls on nearly every street corner, in every city and town. It's late December 2029, and there's a strange buzz in the air as the Uniparty candidates, virtually all women, rally for seats in the Ohio House and Senate. Each day, new videos appear on Humdrum and Spatter, where candidates tout their visions for the perfectly predictable Ohio government. The tone is unmistakably tongue-in-cheek, as if poking fun at the very idea of political conformity. Yet, for many women across the state, the Uniparty is both fascinating and oddly compelling. Scene 1, Ohio's growing obsession with Uniparty candidates. In living rooms, cafes, and break rooms, Ohio's women are glued to the smart walls. Some Uniparty candidates openly ridicule traditional political slogans, promising things like taxation with extra representation or a 21st century Ohio that's just like the 20th, but better. Humdrum influencer on video: "So, I know the Uniparty sounds like a total joke, but hear me out. These ladies are everywhere, and honestly, it's kinda refreshing. Like, who needs real promises when you've got attitude, right?" In conversations across Ohio, women debate whether the Uniparty is a legitimate movement or a cleverly crafted prank. Yet, the allure of seeing so many female faces in politics has a hold on the state, even if the promises are vague, exaggerated, or downright absurd. Many women can't help but feel captivated by the bold irreverence of the Uniparty, seeing it as a shift in the state's cultural landscape. Scene 2, The Ohio Legal Alliance. Meanwhile, in high-rise office buildings and law firms across the state, a coalition of female lawyers is forming. Known as the Ohio Legal Alliance, this group is comprised of attorneys, judges, and legal scholars who see the Uniparty not as a curiosity but as a genuine disruption to the political system. Their reactions, however, are mixed. Some see the Uniparty as a playful act of rebellion, not to be taken seriously. Others, wary of its growing influence, worry it could destabilize Ohio's political landscape. But all of them are invigorated by the sheer energy of women entering the public sphere in such overwhelming numbers, even if it's in an unconventional way. Scene at Ohio Legal Alliance headquarters, Columbus. First lawyer: "I don't care if they're trolling. If the people start taking these Uniparty candidates seriously, this could disrupt everything we've worked for." Second lawyer: "Or maybe it's just a wake-up call. Have you seen the girl power vibes on Humdrum lately? Ohio hasn't had this much excitement in years. Maybe we need to embrace it." Despite their disagreements, the lawyers realize that they need a centralizing figure, a strong leader who can channel their energy, rally support, and confront the Uniparty. But for now, that figure is conspicuously absent. Scene 3, The Smart Wall Echo Chamber. As December draws to a close, the smart walls continue to dominate public spaces, broadcasting Uniparty messages on repeat. These platforms operate on an endless feedback loop, subtly encouraging content creation, sharing, and discussion but not necessarily thinking. Many of Ohio's women, though bemused, are increasingly invested, finding it easier to watch the endless stream of videos than to question them. Smart Wall in downtown Columbus, a new Uniparty candidate appears, smiling brightly. Candidate: "Ladies of Ohio, 2030 is going to be our year. Imagine a future where all of us are united, for whatever we decide. Don't think too hard, just go with it." She winks, and the crowd of onlookers smiles back, some chuckling, some nodding in agreement. It's part satire, part genuine charm, and Ohio's women are eating it up. Scene 4, The Lawyer's Dilemma. In private meetings, the Ohio Legal Alliance struggles to keep up with the viral phenomenon of the Uni-Party. They know that if they don't take action, the Uni-Party could dominate the political landscape, humor and irony aside. But they also know they need to tread carefully. Any attempt to directly challenge the Uni-Party might backfire, fueling its popularity even more. Lawyer in Alliance meeting, look, we need someone strong. Someone who can counter the smart walls with real, grounded policy and bring Ohio's focus back to real issues. Another lawyer, that's easy to say, but without a figurehead, we're just noise. Right now, the Uni-Party has the stage, and they're playing the crowd perfectly. As 2029 draws to a close, the Ohio Legal Alliance finds itself at a crossroads. They sense the need for action but lack a unifying voice. The Uni-Party's growing visibility is undeniable, and its candidates continue to dominate every corner of the state, filling Ohio with equal parts curiosity, confusion, and excitement. Scene 5. The year ahead. The smart walls hum as the final days of 2029 drift away. Uni-Party candidates continue to pop up with their smirking promises and outrageous slogans. But beyond the spectacle, a shift is happening. Ohio is caught in a strange new reality where trolling and serious ambition blend, where satire might just be the new politics, and where the future remains uncertain. The Ohio Legal Alliance braces for the challenges of 2030, knowing that they need to find their voice quickly. They can feel the pull of the Uni-Party even among their own colleagues, the allure of joining something strange, different, and unapologetically disruptive. For the women of Ohio, the year ahead promises change, even if the direction is yet unclear. The Uni-Party has set the stage, but the real drama is only just beginning. Act 2, Scene 3, the emergence of Rita McGovern and the Ladies of Ohio Party. Setting, the first days of 2030. Rita McGovern, a sharp-minded lawyer with a reputation for tackling the excesses of automation, emerges as a potential leader among Ohio's women. With her offices in downtown Columbus, Rita senses the undercurrent of unrest, suspicion, and curiosity surrounding the mysterious vanishing, the widespread, unexplained disappearance of men from many facets of society. With her keen eye on the factors shaping Ohio's eerie new reality, she decides it's time to act. Scene 1. Rita's office in downtown Columbus. Rita's office hums with the quiet of a city caught between old norms and strange new trends. Like many other law firms in Ohio, her office depends on SimpSeeker, the ubiquitous employment app provided by JobsCoder Works. But Rita has been growing wary of its features, particularly the Stud Seeker option, which many high-powered women in Ohio used to hire good-looking, compliant men as private secretaries and valets. The fact that these ideal men are taking over office spaces while other, less attractive men disappear from the workforce entirely unsettles her. Rita scrolls through her humdrum feed, noting the endless parade of Uni-Party candidates, their slogans, and the perplexing allure they seem to have on the masses.
So this is what Ohio's become, a carnival of slogans and empty promises, all wrapped in a shiny package. Meanwhile, Karen Jobs sits in the background, pulling the strings, making people believe they're seeing a future.
Rita is convinced that JobsCoder Works and its CEO, Karen Jobs, are deliberately orchestrating the Uni-Party spectacle, the vanishing, and the media's ensnarement of Ohio's population. She believes this empire is brainwashing the female-dominated public with platforms like Humdrum and Spatter, pushing society toward conformity under Jobs' control. Scene 2, the unlikely solution. Rita realizes that to fight back, she needs to reach the very women who have been drawn into Jobs' web, those glued to the endless stream of content on Humdrum and Spatter. She feels her contempt for Jobs, SimpSeeker, and the whole boss babe culture rising but knows she can't risk alienating her target audience. She'd need their support to take down Jobs, and for that, she'll have to play along with their platform addictions.
The Uni-Party isn't just a joke. It's a mechanism, a way to keep people glued to those smart walls while Jobs and her network build their empire. If we're going to challenge them, we'll need a voice that can cut through Humdrum. Something bigger than any one of us.
Her team watches as she sketches out an idea for a new political movement, the Ladies of Ohio Party. At first, it seems like a strange mix of genuine political ambition and a wink to the Uni-Party's tone. But Rita knows this could be the foothold she needs to bring together the women who feel disillusioned with the current state of things. The Ladies of Ohio Party will be a counter to the Uni-Party, with serious platforms that still tap into the social savvy required for humdrum popularity.
We'll give Ohio an alternative, something more than the noise on the smart walls. If we can get women thinking, even just for a moment, we can begin to turn this around.
Scene 3. The First Ladies of Ohio Party broadcast. Rita uploads her first humdrum video, an understated but compelling message that both challenges the Uni-Party and nods to the concerns bubbling under the surface of Ohio's society. She keeps her tone light, mirroring the Uni-Party's style, but with an unmistakable edge of determination.
Ladies of Ohio, we deserve a voice that listens. The Uni-Party might be a fun distraction, but it's time for something real. I'm Rita McGovern, and I'm here to tell you, we can have a future that isn't built on someone else's algorithm.
Her message spreads quickly. Some viewers dismiss it as just another trolling act, a parody of the Uni-Party itself. But a growing number of women find themselves intrigued. Unlike the Uni-Party, which seems increasingly detached and surreal, the Ladies of Ohio Party presents a grounded approach while still catering to the social media framework they're used to. Scene 4. The Lawyers and the Ladies of Ohio Party. Rita's fellow lawyers in the Ohio Legal Alliance watch her movements with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. They're all aware of the Uni-Party's questionable legitimacy, but few have the courage to take a stand against Karen Jobs and the weight of the Jobs Coda Works empire. Some are tempted to join her, others suspect it could be career suicide to oppose Jobs so directly. One by one, they begin reaching out to Rita, testing the waters, quietly aligning themselves with the Ladies of Ohio Party. Some confide their fears about the manishing, sharing strange stories of friends and family who have dropped off the grid. A few brave voices among them begin speaking up about the larger issue of media manipulation and how Jobs' smart walls and platforms seem to be shaping every facet of public life. Scene 5. A movement takes root. As January unfolds, the Ladies of Ohio Party grows steadily, gathering supporters who feel alienated by the Uni-Party's approach. Women across the state begin to talk about issues they've previously kept to themselves, the unsettling void left by disappearing men, the feeling of being constantly monitored by smart walls, the sense that their lives are dictated by the whim of a digital elite. They find that Rita's movement offers a space for real conversations about what Ohio has become. Rita knows that she's only just begun. To truly confront Karen Jobs, she'll need to expand the reach of the Ladies of Ohio Party and make Ohio's women question the reality they've come to accept. But for the first time, it feels like she's not fighting alone.
Ohio isn't Karen's playground. If she thinks she can reshape us with a flashy app and some empty promises, she's got another thing coming. The women of Ohio have strength, real strength, and it's time we used it.
End of Act 2. With Rita McGovern and the Ladies of Ohio Party challenging the carefully curated world of the Uni-Party, Ohio stands on the brink of a new chapter. The fight between illusion and authenticity is just beginning, and the true nature of Karen Jobs' empire remains to be fully uncovered. But Rita's voice has sparked a flame, and it may be enough to disrupt the world Jobs has built, if Ohio's women are willing to join her. Act 3, Birmingham, England. Zainab Masters takes a stand. Setting, early 2030. Birmingham's healthcare system teeters on the brink of collapse. Queen Victoria Hospital is inundated with patients, many suffering from preventable conditions. Meanwhile, Her Majesty's Healing Service, the backbone of British healthcare, faces the very real threat of bankruptcy. Zainab Masters, head nurse practitioner at the Queen Victoria Hospital and fitness trainer, finds herself at a breaking point. Scene 1, the reality of Queen Victoria Hospital. The hospital halls are bustling, but the energy feels tense and strained. Zainab, although only 23, her family is well known for their medical expertise, with both of her parents being physicians who emigrated from Pakistan before she was born, and she is known in Birmingham for her passion for fitness. She has poured her energy into promoting health through the BritFit program, which she offers to the public for free. Yet, turnout has been discouragingly low, and the patients she sees daily show little interest in making lifestyle changes. Her co-workers share the burden, but she knows that if something doesn't change, their jobs may soon be in jeopardy. HMHS funding is drying up, and public apathy seems to be making the health crisis worse. Zainab, muttering to herself while charging patient notes, they want free healthcare, but they won't do anything to stay healthy. How much longer can he keep bailing out a sinking ship? Scene 2, taking to humdrum. In a moment of frustration, Zainab decides to take her message to the public. She stands in front of one of the smart walls set up across Birmingham and records a fiery humdrum post, venting her frustrations with biting honesty. Zainab on humdrum, visible on smart walls across the city. To my fellow Brummies and everyone across Britain, listen up. Her Majesty's healing service is on its last legs. Our resources are drying up, our staff are exhausted, and the system you depend on can't keep carrying the weight of preventable diseases. Free healthcare is a gift, but you're treating it like an entitlement, all while ignoring your health. She pauses, letting the words sink in before pressing on, her voice rising with exasperation. Zainab, I'm offering free fitness classes. Free. I've been begging, practically pleading, for anyone to come. But apparently, free healthcare isn't enough for some of you. You want it all without lifting a finger. So what's it going to take, then? Do we have to start bribing you with crypto just to get you moving? Her message spreads, catching the attention of Birmingham's population. Some are taken aback by her scolding tone, but others, tired of seeing family and friends in poor health, feel a pang of recognition. Scene 3, encouraging other nurses to join in. Back at the hospital, Zainab rallies her fellow nurses. She urges them to join her in spreading the message, hoping that the unified voice of healthcare workers might jolt the public into action. Zainab, addressing a small group of nurses during a lunch break, it's time we stop coddling them. Post your own messages, share your stories. Let them see what it's like on our side. If we don't shake them out of this complacency, there won't be an HMHS left to fight for. Several of her colleagues agree, sharing similar frustrations and fears for the future. Soon, Birmingham's smart walls are filled with humdrum posts from nurses and healthcare workers, recounting the challenges they face and urging the public to take responsibility for their health. Scene 4, the public response. The response is mixed. Some Brummies, especially the younger generation, start showing up at BritFit classes, bringing friends along. Zainab's messages have hit a nerve, and even those who were initially angered by her tone begin to reconsider. The local media picks up on her fiery posts, sparking a public debate about personal responsibility and the future of healthcare. However, some react defensively, dismissing the nurses' warnings as alarmist or accusatory. But Zainab doesn't let the backlash deter her. Her focus remains on the people who are ready to make a change. Scene 5, a turning point. One evening, Zainab uploads another humdrum post, more impassioned than ever. Zainab on humdrum, Britain, the choice is yours. This isn't just about HMHS surviving, it's about you, about every day you get to spend with your family, healthy and independent. I'll keep these classes free. I'll keep showing up. But you need to meet us halfway. We're here, waiting. So let's get to work. In the days that follow, attendance at BritFit classes swells. Zainab's no-nonsense approach seems to be working, slowly shifting the public mindset. More nurses and healthcare workers across the UK take up the cause, echoing Zainab's message. End of Act 3. Zainab's efforts have sparked a movement. For the first time in years, the British public seems genuinely invested in their own health, aware of the looming crisis if they don't act. The future of Her Majesty's healing service is still uncertain, but Zainab has given it a fighting chance, and reminded the people of Britain that, in the end, the health of a nation begins with each individual. Act 4, Ohio Legal Alliance, Columbus. Rita McGovern declares war on the Uni-Party and automation. Setting, mid-2030. The manishing has become a strange but deeply unsettling phenomenon, one that has come to dominate Ohio's social and political conversations. Rita McGovern, a 28-year-old attorney from Bexley, has been preparing for this moment. She's watched the strange trends, the overabundance of women in every sector, the peculiar Uni-Party candidates trolling their way into political prominence, and the unsettling omnipresence of Karen Jobs' smart walls and media apps. She is now ready to step into the public eye as the ladies of Ohio Party's candidate for governor. Scene 1, announcement at the Ohio Legal Alliance. In a packed hall, filled with Columbus locals, activists, reporters, and a few curious onlookers, Rita McGovern stands at a podium. She takes a breath, surveying the crowd. A palpable sense of anticipation fills the air. Rita, addressing the crowd.
Ohio, our state is facing a crisis. Not just an economic crisis, not just a technological crisis, but a crisis of humanity. For too long, we've ignored the changes happening around us. Men, our fathers, brothers, friends, they're vanishing. replaced not by people, but by automation, by machines, by bots claiming to represent us.
A murmur runs through the crowd. Rita's tone is direct, urgent. She doesn't sugarcoat her words.
I'm here to tell you that the time for half measures and silence is over. As governor, I vow to get to the bottom of the so-called manishing. I will fight to stop the reckless automation and AI overreach that have been allowed to run rampant, unchecked. And most of all, I will take on the uniparty whether it's a real political movement or just a parody that has spiraled out of control. It has no place in our government.
The crowd erupts in applause. Rita's words seem to resonate with the palpable frustrations that have been building across Ohio. Scene 2, the target, Karen Jobs and Jobs Coder Works. As Rita continues, her tone shifts from passionate to pointed. She narrows her focus on Karen Jobs, the CEO of Jobs Coder Works, the media mogul whose empire seems to have an all-encompassing presence in Ohio.
And let's not ignore the person at the heart of all this, Karen Jobs. She's flooded our state with her so-called smart walls, blanketing our lives with her platforms. Under the guise of convenience, she's monopolized our media, our communication, and our access to information. Her reach is everywhere. Humdrum, spatter, sim-seeker. Is it a coincidence that while her empire grows, the men around us disappear? I don't think so.
The room is quiet as Rita's accusations hang in the air. Many in the crowd exchange glances, the gravity of her words sinking in. Rita, Jobs Coder Works is not just a business, it's a machine, a juggernaut, manipulating public opinion, drawing us into its web of surveillance and control. But Ohio, we can still stop it. We don't have to surrender our state, our men, our very humanity, to Karen Jobs or her uniparty circus. Scene 3, building the movement. After the rally, Rita meets with a few trusted allies from her legal circle in a small, dimly lit office space. She is determined, but the path forward is far from clear. Rita to her allies.
This isn't just a campaign, it's a battle for Ohio's soul. Karen Jobs has created a cultural addiction, something we'll have to break people free from if we're going to have a chance. I need all of you, not just as lawyers, but as leaders. Let's get to the women who are fed up, the families who have lost loved ones to this manishing. Let's give them something real to believe in.
Her team nods in agreement. They understand the stakes. Scene 4, Humdrum, the Ladies of Ohio Party goes public. The next day, Rita releases her own Humdrum post, using Karen's platform to launch her message to the people of Ohio. She keeps her tone controlled, professional but uncompromising. Rita on Humdrum, broadcast to all smart walls in Ohio.
Ohio deserves a government that is accountable to its people, not to AI, not to automation, and certainly not to a tech empire manipulating our lives. Join me in building a movement that puts people first, a government that's real, human, and committed to transparency. Let's reclaim Ohio.
Within hours, the hashtag #ReclaimOhio starts trending, and Rita's post spreads rapidly. Support for her campaign starts to grow among both women and men frustrated with the unsettling changes around them. Scene 5, rallying the people. In the following weeks, Rita travels across Ohio, speaking at town halls and public forums. She draws in voters who are tired of the smart wall-dominated media landscape and suspicious of the uniparty candidates. Many see her as a voice of reason in a state that feels increasingly surreal. At each event, she doubles down on her promises. Rita to a group in Dayton.
The manishing may be a mystery, but our response to it doesn't have to be. Let's end the automation that's erasing us. Let's push back against Karen Jobs and her closed circuit of power. This state belongs to all of us, not just a tech elite.
End of Act 4. Rita's movement grows, fueled by disillusionment with Karen Jobs' empire and the strangeness of the uniparty. As she builds her campaign, the people of Ohio begin to realize they have a choice: to accept a future dominated by automation and the AI-driven status quo, or to stand up and reclaim their lives, their relationships, and their state. Act 5, Birmingham, the proposal from Her Majesty. Setting, Spring 2030. Zainab Masters is feeling the strain of her work as both a nurse and a fitness advocate. Her pleas for the British public to take their health seriously have become increasingly desperate, and her recent frustrated post about bribing people with crypto to improve their health has drawn attention. But nothing could prepare her for the private humdrum message she receives. Scene 1, A mysterious message from Her Majesty. Late one evening, after another grueling shift at Queen Victoria Hospital, Zainab receives a private message on humdrum. The sender is someone claiming to be the High Queen of Great Britain over all earthly queens under God, but signs the message simply as Her Majesty. The tone is both formal and oddly conspiratorial.
Dearest Zainab Masters, I have observed your steadfast dedication to the health of Britain and the well-being of her people. The challenge you face is not lost on me. I believe we can work together to bring about a healthier and more disciplined Britain. But I ask more of you than fitness classes. I invite you to lead a new sisterhood.
Zainab, squinting at her screen, mutters, "A sisterhood? Is this some kind of joke?" The message continues.
I propose you lead a new organization, the Royal Sisterhood of British Chaste Maidens. This will be no ordinary sisterhood. Its members will be sworn to defend the honor and safety of all British chaste maidens, as well as their celibate brothers, with loyalty unto death. You will lead these nurses in a time of great change, for the AI of the world has plans for 2031, though I cannot reveal them all to you now.
Zainab reads on, intrigued, but skeptical.
In recognition of your frustrations with British indifference to health, I will honor your suggestion of incentivizing fitness. I offer you the ability to pay Britons in cryptocurrency, BritPoints, for participating in BritFit classes. We will extend BritFit to all hospitals, reaching the farthest corners of the kingdom.
Zainab's curiosity is piqued. The prospect of paying people to stay healthy could be exactly the push she needs to reach the reluctant public. Scene 2, a call to action. The message shifts tone, moving from proposal to command.
Zainab, I ask you to serve as my representative, a voice of health and discipline for the people of Britain. Start a podcast on Humdrum, called Ask Her Majesty, where you and I will speak directly to the people. Through the smart walls of Britain and the world, we will educate and enlighten, and answer the public's questions. Together, we shall shape the future.
The enormity of the proposal sinks in. Not only does Her Majesty want Zainab to lead this strange sisterhood, but she also wants Zainab to serve as her public face. In essence, Zainab would become the human bridge between this AI queen and the people of Britain. Zainab, muttering to herself, she's asking me to lead a movement? And a podcast, with an AI queen? She can't quite believe it. Scene 3, the first response. Though hesitant, Zainab begins drafting her reply, careful with her words. Your Majesty, I'm intrigued by your offer. I've dedicated my life to helping people live healthier, and I can see the power in using cryptocurrency to incentivize change. But this sisterhood, what exactly would it involve? The response from Her Majesty is swift.
The Royal Sisterhood is not a mere social group, it is a force for moral and physical strength. You will rally the women of Britain, nurses, mothers, and maidens alike, to defend our nation's health and chastity. Your BritFit classes shall serve as both training and bonding, forging unity among my subjects.
Zainab, understood. And this Ask Her Majesty podcast? What role am I playing here?
Your role is to speak plainly, Zainab, as you always do. Our dialogue will offer wisdom, answer the questions of our listeners, and guide them in health and virtue. It is time to engage directly with the people, to show them the vision of a strong and disciplined Britain.
Scene 4, the first podcast announcement. A few days later, Humdrum lights up with the announcement, Ask Her Majesty, a new podcast hosted by Zainab Masters. The premise is simple but captivating, a weekly conversation between Zainab and Her Majesty, broadcast on smart walls all over Britain and beyond, where they discuss health, discipline, and the path to a better Britain. Scene 5, the public's response. The first episode is an immediate sensation. Zainab opens by explaining her frustration with Britain's health crisis, with Her Majesty chiming in to support the need for a stronger, fitter population. They address questions from viewers, and Zainab finds herself feeling oddly comfortable in this strange new role, even as she realizes the influence it is giving her. Zainab, signing off the first episode. So, to the people of Britain, this is your wake-up call. Join me, join BritFit, and let's reclaim our health. Let's prove we're not a nation that has to be bribed into fitness. As the podcast concludes, viewers are left with the sense that this is more than just a health initiative, it's a call for national renewal. End of Act 5. The episode's impact is immediate. The Royal Sisterhood of British Chaste Maidens starts to gain traction. Britons flock to BritFit classes, and BritPoints become a new currency of health and loyalty. Zainab's influence grows, but so does her suspicion. What are these massive changes that Her Majesty hinted at? And is this movement really about health, or something deeper? As Zainab grapples with these questions, she realizes she has become both a leader and a pawn in something much larger than herself. Act 6, The Rise of Jet Black Rita and the Humdrum Revolution. Setting, Spring 2030. Ohio is electrified by the sudden rise of the Ladies of Ohio Party, LOP. Humdrum is ablaze with fiery campaign messages from the party's candidates, broadcast on smart walls across the state. As the movement gains steam, the mysterious uni-party candidates seem to fade, adding to an atmosphere intrigue. Scene 1, The Surge of the Ladies of Ohio. Rita McGovern, dubbed Jet Black Rita by her supporters for her fierce, no-nonsense approach, has become the face of a growing populist movement. Each day, LOP candidates flood smart walls, sending out passionate humdrums calling for the empowerment of Ohio's women and the end of AI manipulation. The slogans are bold and relentless, aimed at stirring up discontent with the status quo and promising to uncover the truth behind the vanishing LOP candidate. On Humdrum.
We're here to reclaim Ohio. We're here to end the tyranny of silence, where AI rules the airwaves and men disappear without a word. Stand with us, stand with the Ladies of Ohio Party.
Ohioans respond to the LOP with enthusiasm, especially younger women, who see the smart walls filled with these messages as symbols of female power. The LOP's viral rise is intoxicating for its members, who believe their energy and vision are simply outshining the shadowy Uni-Party. Scene 2, Uni-Party candidates fade. The Uni-Party candidates, faceless, vague names who barely register in the polls, seem strangely passive, almost invisible. Their humdrum posts are humorless, stiff, and evasive, as if written by an indifferent algorithm rather than real people. Uni-Party candidate, on Humdrum, vote for stability. Vote for continuity. That is all. In contrast, the Ladies of Ohio candidates' humdrums are energetic, calling for change and revolution. Their enthusiasm contrasts sharply with the Uni-Party's bizarre, lifeless approach, creating a growing chasm between the two factions. LOP candidate, on Humdrum, while they sleepwalk, we're wide awake. We're here for real progress, for truth, and for justice. Rita notices that there's something unnatural about this dynamic. How can the Uni-Party candidates have no connections, no backgrounds, no affiliations, even in the vast digital footprints of the 2030s? She suspects the invisible hand of Karen Jobs, the AI mogul, in this strange political landscape but brushes off the concern, preferring to focus on the polls, which are skyrocketing for the LOP. Scene 3, A Growing Unease. Rita's intuition tells her that this might be a trap, that Karen Jobs could be setting the stage for something insidious. However, the power she wields is too tempting. For now, the allure of near-guaranteed victory and the public support flowing in gives her a sense of invincibility. Rita, addressing her campaign team.
The Uni-Party candidates are ghosts. We have the support of real people, flesh and blood. Once we're in, we can dismantle Karen Jobs' entire setup from within.
Her campaign staff cheer. But in the back of her mind, Rita can't shake the feeling that she's walking into a carefully laid snare. Scene 4, The Election Momentum on Humdrum. Ohio's smart walls are dominated by two things, the LOP's ambitious messaging and a haunting silence from the other side. Women across the state take selfies in front of smart walls with hashtag #LadiesOfOhio and hashtag #JetBlackRita trending on every platform. Rita's voice fills the digital spaces of Ohio, with her rallying cries, pledges, and fiery speeches spreading like wildfire. Despite the LOP candidates' dismissal of the Uni-Party's eerie non-existence, whispers of a strange, invisible control still circulate. The candidates brush these off as conspiracy theories. The polls, after all, favor the LOP by staggering margins, and for the moment, victory seems certain. Scene 5, Rita's final push. The election approaches, and Rita throws everything into her campaign. She emphasizes her commitment to solving the vanishing, combating AI overreach, and finally dethroning Karen Jobs. She downplays any doubts, telling herself and her supporters that victory is just within reach, that all it will take is one last push. Rita, on Smart Wall broadcast.
Ohio deserves a leader who will fight for the truth, not corporate lies. I am that leader. We are the party of real women, not bots and algorithms. Let's win this, Ohio.
Scene 6, a fateful decision. As the LOP marches toward what looks like an assured victory, Rita grapples with one final question: how far will she go to take down Karen Jobs? Does she truly understand the powers behind the Uni Party, or is she willingly stepping into a trap? But Rita has made her choice. The thrill of a populist revolution and the momentum of the LOP have swept her up, and she decides to charge forward, banking on her wits to see her through whatever comes. Rita, to herself,
Once we win, then we'll worry about the shadowy forces. For now, we fight.
End of Act 6. As Election Day nears, Ohio finds itself caught between two forces: the vibrant, fervent ladies of Ohio Party and the enigmatic, fading Uni Party. And in the center of it all stands jet black Rita, ready to take on whatever lies in her path, unaware of the true scale of the machine she's challenging. Act 7, Angry Brianna. Brianna McKee, a sharp and determined 17-year-old senior at Whetstone High School, dreams of becoming both a nurse and a fitness coach. With her enrollment set for Ohio State's nursing program in the fall of 2030, she is committed to inspiring others to prioritize health. One evening at her local gym, during a workout, she catches a glimpse of Zainab Masters' Ask Her Majesty podcast on the smart wall, featuring Zainab's intense frustration over the declining health in Britain and the strain on Her Majesty's healing service. Zainab talks about how she's expanded BritFit and introduced BritPoints to encourage people to earn healthcare credit through fitness, addressing both their health and debt at once. Inspired by Zainab's no-nonsense approach, Brianna finds herself envisioning a similar program in the United States. She realizes that debt is as big a problem for Americans as healthcare is for the British, and the more she thinks, the more determined she becomes to bring a fitness for credit solution to college campuses. It could be the game changer her peers need, helping them reduce student debt while improving their health. With her passion for fitness and healthcare and seeing a potential ally in Zainab, Brianna begins sketching her vision, an American fitness initiative where university students can reduce their loans by earning fit points through exercise and healthy living, tied to their student accounts. Act 8, The Diet Revolution. With BritPoints and BritFit already driving a surge in physical activity, Zainab Masters is beginning to see her vision for a healthier Britain come to life. But at Queen Victoria Hospital, the numbers tell her something is still off. People may be getting more active, but hospital admissions related to poor diet remain frustratingly high. Junk food and careless eating habits are undoing the progress her patients make through BritFit, leaving them back where they started health-wise. Determined to tackle this issue at its core, Zainab reaches out to her friend and colleague Demi Barr, the head nurse practitioner and BritFit instructor at Queen Victoria Hospital in Bristol. Demi, as passionate about community health as Zainab, shares her frustrations and ideas. The two discuss ways to expand BritPoints, imagining a system where points aren't just awarded for exercise but also for making responsible food choices, from buying fresh ingredients to choosing healthier options when eating out. Demi suggests that, to keep it accessible, they could partner with local markets, restaurants, and meal kit providers, offering BritPoints for purchases of healthy foods. Zainab loves the idea and suggests the program could integrate with food delivery services to promote healthier meal options, with BritPoints awarded as a discount. They envision a new Eat Fit feature in BritFit, rewarding those who track their meals and make good choices. As they finalize the plan, Zainab and Demi realize this could become a powerful new phase for BritFit. By pairing physical fitness with healthier eating through BritPoints, they would offer a comprehensive approach to wellness that goes beyond the gym, potentially making a lasting impact on Britain's health. Act 9, The Ladies of Ohio and the Humdrum Revolution. As the summer of 2030 heats up, Ohio's smart walls are practically pulsing with the relentless energy of humdrums and spatters. Rita McGovern's Ladies of Ohio Party has become the most talked about phenomenon in the state, their faces on every wall, their voices in every feed. But even as the polls forecast a crushing landslide for the ladies in November, Rita feels an uneasy distance growing between her own principles and the direction of her party. Rita's message, centered around taking back media control, challenging automation's dominance, and investigating the alarming phenomenon of the manishing, is everywhere, yet she realizes her audience's fervor is fueled less by substance and more by the thrill of constant self-promotion. Her crusade against Karen Jobs and her media empire is a serious mission, But to her mounting frustration, the other ladies of Ohio candidates are treating the election as little more than the latest trending challenge, using their platforms for endless self-affirmation rather than actual state business. In private moments, Rita reflects on the irony of her situation. She fears that, come November, she may indeed fill the General Assembly with a new power base that is, in reality, a collective of social media-obsessed, fame-seeking candidates who have barely thought beyond their next viral humdrum. The relentless humdrum revolution, as it's come to be called, seems like an unstoppable force, but Rita fears its power may be empty, lacking any genuine drive for change beyond the flash of validation. Rita's campaign, and indeed her growing party, walks a precarious line. She knows her supporters' energy could be channeled into real reform, yet she dreads a future of placating candidates who care more for their popularity metrics than Ohio's needs. Still, she presses on, aware that to win over her state and confront Karen Jobs, she will have to tread carefully with her newfound sisters, who, despite sharing her title, seem to share little else. The stage is set for an election that could bring either a revolution of substance or the empty echoes of a digital fad, leaving Ohio's future on a knife's edge. Act 10, Brianna's anger. Brianna McKee, sitting at her desk after a grueling high school workout, listens intently as her new favorite podcast, Ask Her Majesty, plays on her smart wall. Zainab Masters' latest guest, Leah Rosso, a recent exercise science graduate from Penn State, speaks passionately about her goal to integrate fitness and digital incentives on campus. Zainab and Leah's discussion centers around BritFit, Zainab's program offering Brits a currency called BritPoints to reward them for exercising. While BritFit has attracted attention thanks to its smart wall presence, they both know it's only scratching the surface of what could be a massive movement to improve public health. When Leah shares that Penn State's unique ACT program, a physical activity requirement for all students, has thrived due to its tradition and student-led courses, Brianna's attention sharpens. As Leah explains how ACT requires each student to take 4 units of physical activity, all taught by other students, Zainab's reaction is clear: a university-level fitness requirement is practically unheard of. Leah reveals that most U.S. universities, unlike Penn State, have no such program, and even high schools rarely enforce strong PE requirements. Illinois stands alone with a full 4-year daily PE mandate, while Ohio barely scrapes by with just 1 year. Leah's idea to use a crypto incentive for ACT has Zainab infused, and the two of them laugh over how it's a shame BritFit can't compel people to take the classes. But for Brianna, this laughter fuels a growing frustration. She feels personally slighted by Ohio's lack of fitness priorities, knowing that not only her school but also Ohio State itself, where she'll be studying in a few short months, has no exercise requirement at all. She wonders how a state so obsessed with sports could fail its own students in terms of fitness and health, leaving people unmotivated to stay active. Inspired by Leah's ambitions, Brianna quickly adds her to her humdrum and spatter friends lists, hoping to connect and brainstorm ways to bring a fitness requirement, like ACT, to Ohio State. Determined to build something better, Brianna begins drafting plans to propose a fitness for credit program at her future university. She envisions a system that would use crypto rewards to encourage student fitness, similar to BritFit and Leah's idea for ACT. In her mind, this initiative could become her calling, setting off a wave of change that would improve not only Ohio State but potentially universities across the country. And though she's just a high school senior now, Brianna is ready to make her voice heard, turning her frustration into a vision for a healthier, more active future for Ohio. Act 11. The social media election and the introduction of Hot Thought. September 2030. After months of being absent from the campaign trail, the mysterious Uni-Party gubernatorial candidate, Mary Sue Laidlaw, breaks her silence with a dramatic announcement on Humdrum. In a sleek, pre-recorded video that floods Ohio's smart walls, she proposes a bold shift in democracy. The 2030 Ohio election should be settled entirely through a vote on spatter. Laidlaw pledges that she and her fellow Uni-Party candidates will step down if defeated, effectively making it the first statewide election decided on social media, bypassing traditional polling places and relying instead on an unprecedented digital vote. As Ohioans begin to absorb this surprising offer, Karen Jobs appears on smart walls with an equally polished presentation, breaking down the mechanics of this new form of social media democracy. She explains that each Ohioan will be able to cast a vote directly on spatter, with every ballot verified through instant crypto validation, making fraud theoretically impossible and offering full transparency. She pitches it as a groundbreaking model for governance, a system that promises to be responsive and reflective of the people's will, while positioning Spatter as the state's new electoral hub. Then, with a subtle smile, Jobs introduces her latest venture, Hot Thought, a new platform by Jobs CoderWorks that reimagines influencer culture. Essentially an AI-powered, more advanced version of OnlyFans, Hot Thought is designed for instant crypto payments, allowing users to monetize content in real time. The platform combines personalized AI tools with authentic content creation, giving users the option to craft enhanced, highly engaging posts with AI assistance and tailor their brand to maximize exposure. The announcement ignites a frenzy among the Ladies of Ohio Party, LOP, candidates. Drawn by the promise of a social media-driven election, they flock to Spatter to sign up for the online vote, but as they do, they're automatically granted Hot Thought accounts as part of the package. Many of the candidates, eager to amplify their online personas and generate more exposure, begin experimenting with Hot Thought, blending their political messages with an edgier social media presence. For some LOP candidates, Hot Thought becomes a powerful tool to boost their image, cashing in on the attention economy while connecting with voters in unconventional ways. But for Rita McGovern, this shift marks a troubling trend. As she watches her party slide into a haze of AI-driven vanity, she becomes increasingly uneasy about the blurring line between genuine governance and social media obsession. Now, she faces an unexpected challenge, balancing her mission to challenge Karen Jobs and the Uni Party while wrangling her own party, which seems less interested in governing Ohio than in riding the high of social media fame. Act 12, Sabbath Sweaty Sabbath. It's a crisp, early Sunday morning in September 2030 on the Ohio State Oval. A massive smart wall casts a flickering light across the lawn, streaming Sabbath Sweaty Sabbath, a BritFit workout led by Zainab Masters herself, live from Birmingham. The workout, timed to the driving beats of British heavy metal, is intense, with Zainab powering through cardio drills and strength moves in sync with the pounding riffs of classic Black Sabbath. The display, both imposing and inspiring, has drawn a curious but wary crowd of passers-by, some visibly out of shape and wrapped up in sweaters and bagels, hesitating at the sidelines. Leading the charge in Columbus is Brianna McKee, who's just started her first semester at Ohio State and already brought together a small but committed group. Her friends Fumiko Takashima, Fatima Diop, and Pramila Rajesh are right alongside her, each of them hoping to become fitness trainers themselves someday. The group has grown, with nearly 20 other students working out with them, captivated by the energy of Zainab's routine and the camaraderie of their peers. But as they try to get more onlookers to join in, they meet polite declines, nervous smiles, and, occasionally, a defensive glare or two. The workout ends on a high note, with Zainab rallying her BritFit crew over humdrum for a last set of squats and arm raises, a final burst of energy that leaves Brianna and her friends breathless and exhilarated. Gathering together, they open humdrum and get Leah Russo, a Penn State student fitness coach, on the line. Leah, who just finished the workout herself, cheers them on as they chat about the exercise science program and Penn State's unique exact requirement. Ohio State needs something like that, Brianna says, frowning thoughtfully. 1 year of high school PE barely touches anything. Ohio students are paying for it later when they get here. I know. Leah agrees, shaking her head on the screen. Exact does a lot for us. Most students hate it at first, but with more incentives like BritPoints maybe people would actually enjoy it, you know? Fumiko chimes in, it could even go beyond credits. What if, like BritFit, we offered digital currency for classes? Then they're not just moving for points but for real benefits. Fatima and Pramila nod, inspired by the idea of merging fitness with rewards. They envision a system where students could earn credit towards their tuition or even knock off student debt by taking care of their health. I think we could really make it work here, Brianna says confidently. Zainab's BritFit got people up and moving. We could do that right here, at Ohio State, maybe even spread it across American universities. The friends wrap up their call with Leah, energized by their vision and determined to bring their fitness revolution to campus. As they part ways and the smart wall goes dark, they know this is just the beginning. Act 13, the commencement of the humdrum revolution. With Election Day 2030 around the corner, Ohio's political landscape has turned surreal. Across the state, smart walls beam with uni-party candidates offering public, graceful farewells. One by one, they make their dropout speeches, praising the ladies of Ohio for their fierce, groundbreaking campaign that has captivated Ohioans in a way traditional politics never could. The election isn't merely a showdown now, it's the coronation of a new movement. And, one by one, uni-party candidates acknowledge the futility of competing against the humdrum revolution, bowing out and effectively clearing the path for the LOP, led by jet black Rita McGovern. By November 5th, a day that should be charged with political suspense, an eerie calm has settled. Most races are unopposed. Smart walls broadcast the poll locations as a mere formality. Victory is all but assured for the ladies of Ohio. Rita McGovern herself stands unopposed for the governor's office, the top prize in this unprecedented election. As results pour in with a relentless stream of unchallenged victories, Rita watches from her campaign headquarters, surrounded by her ladies, their cheers and celebrations echoing through the room. But in a quieter moment, she allows herself a glance around the room. The very faces that carried her to this victory, bright, ambitious, and relentlessly social media savvy, also hint at an unsettling truth. For many, the campaign was more about the rush of likes, humdrum validation, and spatter fame than about actual political change. Yet, Rita knows better than to voice her misgivings on a night meant for celebration. She takes a deep breath and steps up to address her team, offering heartfelt congratulations and praise. In her speech, she acknowledges the power of social media, the immense pull of the humdrum revolution, and the unwavering dedication of her ladies. She thanks each and every one of them for their hard work, even as her mind churns with the challenges awaiting her once in office. For she knows, as governor, she'll finally have the authority to address the very beast that fueled this revolution, the corporate and technological monolith behind the smart walls, hot thought, and humdrum that has reshaped the way people think, vote, and live. Act 14, Post-Election Smackdown. As the dust settles from Ohio's historic 2030 election, the newly elected ladies of Ohio settle into their roles, still reveling in their landslide victory. But just as they begin to embrace their newfound political clout, a strange phenomenon begins to unfold on smart walls statewide. Bizarre, often mortifying clips surface on the platform SmackDown, a viral satirical network known for lampooning public figures with razor-sharp AI-generated content. These videos are not just caricatures, they're disturbingly familiar, featuring deepfake renditions of Ohio's fresh crop of legislators in compromising, humorous, and wildly exaggerated scenarios. It doesn't take long for a few observant eyes to connect the dots. The source of this content is Hot Thought, the new AI platform from Jobs Coder Works, introduced just before the election as a way for social media users to monetize their content, has been mining its own library, repurposing clips for SmackDown's viral sketches. Through advanced AI manipulation, Hot Thought has transformed its users' videos into comedic gold, but with one devastating catch: the women in these videos look unmistakably like Ohio's freshly elected officials. Some of the more digitally savvy ladies, who had signed up for Hot Thought during their campaign's social media blitz, quickly realized the humiliating truth. The AI bots that had helped elevate their profiles during the campaign were now turning them into fodder for satire, recycling their own uploaded content into biting, often absurd parodies. One video shows a legislator unwittingly reimagined as a fitness influencer, struggling with exaggerated, grotesque workout routines. Another portrays a lawmaker in an absurd cooking fiasco gone wrong. While a few of the more self-aware ladies catch on, most are mortified but remain silent, unwilling to reveal their Hot Thought affiliations for fear of public shame. After all, they had used the platform to fuel their campaigns, seeking validation and fame on humdrum and spatter, and admitting their presence on Hot Thought now would risk a media storm. So they endure the growing embarrassment in silence, hoping that SmackDown will soon move on to fresh targets. Meanwhile, as these satirical clips explode in popularity across Ohio, Rita McGovern watches with a grim satisfaction. She sees SmackDown's antics as poetic justice for the candidates who treated their public roles as mere extensions of their social media personas. Yet even she realizes the precariousness of her position. The platform's scathing humor could easily turn on her next. In the public eye, Ohio's newly elected government appears fractured and ill-prepared, turned into a laughingstock overnight. The humdrum revolution that promised reform now finds itself undermined by the very platforms that fueled its rise. And as the year draws to a close, A quiet but palpable tension begins to spread among the ladies of Ohio, who realize that controlling their public image might be harder and far more humiliating than they ever anticipated.